TV. The Saints, of course, host the Detroit Lions at noon Sunday in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Please give a warm welcome to Sean Fazende. Sean?
Thank you all for having me. Thank you, Ron. Coach Monica, he's not here right now, but my co-host and I, Chris Hagan, we always talk about when we read a St. Charles Catholic highlight, we look at the team, we're just like, they don't look like they have a lot of athletes, but they always play so well. So that's a testament to Coach Monica, and obviously their results obviously speak for itself. So I'm with you, by the way, Ron. Coach O, I think it's a good hire. If you can't get Herman or Fisher, I thought Ogeron was the next best get. I'm here to talk Saints, so I'll be talking some black and gold with you guys. Obviously, they're 5-6 right now. Who watched that game Sunday? Yeah, okay, just make sure. Clearly, that was personal for Sean Payton. I think we all know why. His former defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, was on the opposite sideline, and obviously there was time had not healed all wounds in that regard, because it looked like I know, Jen, you were doing the sidelines that Coach Payton wanted to settle some scores, so to speak, with his former defensive coordinator. I, for one, am a little more objective when it comes to Greg Williams. I think what you saw Sunday, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think that was a perfect example of why they worked so well together. When he was here, Sean Payton had sort of an edge. He brought kind of this bravado out of him, and obviously from 2009 to 2011, you saw how much success they had. So while he did cost them the 2012 season, I think you also saw when they worked together, though they didn't like each other, I think it was sort of this alpha on alpha marriage, so to speak, and obviously it led to a lot of wins in a Super Bowl. So that's why I am with that, I guess. The truth is, though, for the Saints, while it was a great win, and obviously Sean Payton wanted to do it, they still have a long way to go. They're 5-6. They're 2 games out of the NFC South title, NFC South race with the Atlanta Falcons. The good news is they'll play Tampa and Atlanta. Tampa twice, and Atlanta obviously to finish the season. So they have everything in front of them. They just got to win out, and hopefully they'll get a little help with Atlanta as well. There's a couple of things that's happened here over the last couple of weeks that I think has kind of fueled some of the resurgence and some of the things that have kind of set them back a little bit. I think what's kind of going under the radar is how well Dennis Allen has been as defensive coordinator, especially over the last couple of weeks. He's a guy that's, if you look at the point totals in the second half, he adjusts well on the fly. He's a guy that obviously game plans well for his opponent. And if you look, look what they're doing defensively. He's kept things exotic but simple at the same time. There's a lot of things that they're kind of adding new wrinkles as the season goes along, but you still see the players playing fast, playing up-tempo, and obviously a mark of a good coordinator, I think, is to be able to adjust mid-game. He's been able to do that, especially if you look at those point totals. And we've always kind of said, if the Saints can have sort of an average defense, an average to above average defense, they're giving up 21 points a game. That should be enough to help the offense overcome and win games. In the last few weeks, the point totals have certainly warranted that. Dannell Ellerbe's return has been huge. It's been huge for the Saints. And I don't know that I saw this coming, but he's been playing a lot off the edge, blitzing a lot, and I think his presence has really helped the Saints defense. And look, his ability was never a question. His availability was always the issue with him. So I think Dannell Ellerbe is the guy that's really been a difference maker for this team and for this defense. I think it's helped. I think it's sparked the defense. And I think, honestly, if you add him, Sheldon Rankins, and Delvin Breaux, they're healthier. They're gaining more chemistry. Dennis Allen kind of knows this group more now. So I think that's why you see the results that you're seeing, at least on the defensive side of the ball. Things that haven't worked, I think it's pretty easy to figure out. To me, this team, with solid special teams, is a playoff team. I don't think I've ever been around a team where I've watched the special teams catastrophes and thought to myself, if they had just better, it is literally the difference between winning and losing right now. I think they'd be 7-4, 8-3 if they had better special teams right now. If we look offensively, they're clicking on all cylinders. Drew Brees defies age every single week, leading the league in attempts, completions, completion percentage, yards, and touchdowns. That's pretty good for 37 years old, and he just shows no sign of slowing down. Michael Thomas has been great. Mark Ingram, I think the motivation of getting benched mid-game against Seattle has sparked something with him. The offensive line has been sort of the unsung hero all season. Coming out of training camp, that was our biggest concern with this team, and now all of a sudden They've really meshed. They've really played well. And you're talking about an offensive line that's really kept Drew Brees clean. And look, you see the results. So I think ultimately this team, what happens next is sort of anyone's guess. Can they get over that 500 hump? We'll see. I think this week is really important just because Sean Payton exerted a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of energy this past week against the Rams. Now he's got to pick it back up against a very good Detroit team that knows how to win close games. And I think that's, in the NFL, that's a very scary thing if you're an opponent of a team like that, because they don't know how to lose. And so this week at home is going to be interesting. I'll be curious to see the crowd, because it was about 75 to 80% filled this Sunday. So hopefully more fans will be out for that game as well. So any questions you may have about the Saints right now, I'd be happy to answer. There we go, right there in the back.
The Willie Snead pass. I was probably one of the only or the very few Saints fans that didn't cheer for that play. Why? We have, 5 games left? 3 division games left. Why would you go to the trick bag for a play like that that's guaranteed a touchdown to use a play like that? You didn't need that touchdown when they did that.
Yeah.
Right, I get it, the personal thing with Greg Williams.
That's what it was.
So you let your personal feelings overcome. Prioritize the personal vendetta against Williams over a possible win in the future.
Well, that was that was his way of saying it in your face to Greg Williams. Was it necessary? Absolutely not. Was it something they could have saved maybe for later in the season? Possibly. Sean Payton had that game circled. He had that play circled. It was that was for Greg Williams, no doubt about it.
Injury.
Yeah, he's been kind of gimpy all season. It's been a up and down nature with him. He was banged up in training camp. He came back, got hurt again, missed a couple weeks, came back, got hurt again, came back. My guess is he'll never be 100% healthy for the rest of the season. It's just can he manage the pain throughout a game? And as you saw, he even left this game early as well. So Teron Armstead is one of those things where you just got to hope he can manage it. If not, he'll probably not play. The good news is Andrews Pete has really played well. I mean, if you think about last year, 2015 draft, we kind of thought Andrews Pete is a bust. I think he's been one of the best offensive linemen this year. He can play left tackle, left guard, and Senio Kelemete has stepped up as well. So Teron Armstead, it's just something to watch, but right now, we kind of don't know.
Yeah. Seeing Jarius Byrd return punts, I mean, they can't find somebody out there to catch the ball and run faster than Jarius Byrd?
Special teams catastrophes, and part of that was their issues with fumbling returns. Tommy Lee Lewis did it. There was an issue where a gunner ran into, I believe it was Devontae Harris, ran into a return man, and he created catastrophic results against the Falcons. Jarius Byrd, fair catches, and he's got pretty short hands back there. That's the only reason why he's back there, is the fair catch. That's it. That was the fastest fair catch I ever saw a couple weeks back. Maybe Seattle. I went up like that before that ball was even punted. So,
Any others?
anyone else? All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.